So this is the situation. I figured it out. Wrestling in itself, it's a boring sport. It doesn't draw enough of a crowd. There's a lot of talented high school wrestlers out there, a lot of talented college wrestlers, a lot of talented Olympic wrestlers out there. They're very athletic, they're good at what they do, but it doesn't draw a crowd. It's not a sellout crowd. People, they won't really pay to watch that. Even though that these people are very athletic and they're good at what they do, it just doesn't draw a crowd. It doesn't make money. So MMA is basically just wrestling violently, wrestling with punches, where you're beating somebody to a bloody pulp, and then they call it MMA. So because wrestling is not good enough, they want people to beat the living hell out of each other while they wrestle, and then all of a sudden it's like a sellout stadium making thousands, millions of dollars. So you see how the society is and how they're so attracted to violence and how they need to see it and they'll pay to see it. So wrestling, there's wrestling, and then now there's wrestling with punches, and all of a sudden they call that MMA. My huge thing is you should not be calling that martial arts. It's like instead of going to watch ice hockey, because you enjoy the sport, you go to watch the fights that occur, and then you end up calling that like martial arts. It's not martial arts. It's just two people getting angry at each other and fighting, and then essentially it's like somebody going in there and trying to turn that into like a style of fighting where they'll use the skates, the ice skates, to like slash each other's throats and stuff like that, and you see like blood flying around everywhere. It's just, people are like profiting off of this violence thing, and this is not sport. This is just, it's getting to be just violent, and just profiting off violence. Even like basketball, it's like instead of like enjoying the game for what it is, like allowing the basketball players to fight each other and like body slam each other and like destroy each other in the courts. So imagine if two basketball players got upset at each other and then they start like bashing each other, like punching and kicking and elbowing each other, and then fighting, and then calling that martial arts or like mixed martial arts. That's not martial arts. So that's the huge thing that I have a problem with. And you see that's pretty much what happened, is that wrestling was not good enough. I mean, the wrestlers in themselves, they're talented in what they do, but it just doesn't make the money. So now they're like, hey, now let's have these wrestlers beat the living nightmare out of each other and like destroy each other with punches and everything, and then now let's call that martial arts. That's pretty much what happened, and this is not martial arts at all. That's the sad thing that I see, and it just makes martial arts look really bad. It makes wrestling look really bad. It's just bad altogether. As a society, for us to be promoting this type of thing, where we need to find another outlet for entertainment. We had to find a way to entertain ourselves, not without having to be at the expense of other people's health, and also for the future of society. I think that's essentially what is important. I mean, there's a lot of movies out there that are very violent. Why can't we just be okay with that? Why do we have to put two human beings together and have them destroy each other? It's clear that we don't like dog fighting. The government clearly prohibits that, dog fighting. But why is it that we allow humans to fight, like the dogs? You know, this is something that I don't agree with, and something that I'm going to continually protest against. You know, there has to be control, and there has to be safety measures, and we have to watch out for these people's safety and health. And that's what our responsibility is as human beings, is to watch out for each other. And so, you know, this cage fighting stuff is not doing it. I mean, look at it. They're fighting in a freaking cage. You know what I mean? You're making the people animals. You know, it's just ridiculous. You know, this is just not how it should be. This is not martial arts. And please don't call it martial arts. Call it, like, you know, violent behavior. You know, and why is everybody idolizing these people? You know, it's something that I frown upon. And you know, I hope that some of these videos speak to some people and get them to see, like, them being addicted to this fighting stuff. You know, be addicted to something else. You know, be addicted to exercising yourself. Be addicted to running or biking or spending time with loved ones, but not like watching people fight or fighting yourself. You know, we should be addicted to the good things. Playing music, practicing art, reading, writing, you know, things like that. I mean, that's how, as a society, we're supposed to grow and better this world. But if we're just stuck in this fighting thing, we're just gonna kill each other off, and we're not gonna go anywhere. So this is something to think about.